Okay, I'm going to do some ammo testing today. Some very non-scientific ammo testing. Yes, this is duct taped magazines and the infamous 4 layers of denim. We'll be out here on the Dellinger plantation at the range. Go. Alright, this is the Winchester PDX-1 40 Smith & Wesson 180 grain. I'm going to shoot that one again. I shot a little high. Okay, that'll work. Alright, this is the Winchester PDX-1 40 Smith & Wesson 180 grain. I'm going to shoot that one again. I shot a little high. Okay, that'll work. Okay, this is the Winchester PDX-1 165 grain 40 Smith & Wesson. Okay, this is the 45 Gap Spear Gold Dot 185 grain. Okay, this is the Winchester PDX-1 38 Special Plus P 130 grain. Okay, this is the Federal HydroShock 38 Special Plus P 129 grain. Okay, this is the Winchester PDX-1 124 grain Plus P 9mm. Okay, this is the Remington Golden Saber 124 grain Plus P 9mm. This is the Federal HydroShock 124 grain Plus P 9mm. Okay, here are our what's left of the bullets from the stack of magazines with the denim. We're gonna have to go back and watch and kind of see which ones were which to remember. Pretty sure these are 40. They flattened out. That's the PDX. I'm pretty sure this, I'm thinking, is a 45 Gap. Yeah, I think it is. I think this might be the Golden Saber 9mm. This is just me eyeballing it. You know, I don't know without going back and looking, but not really sure what that was. Looked like it was one of the PDXs, whether it was a 9 or a 40. It looks, just by the size, maybe a 40, but it's hard to tell. I think that was a 40, maybe. No. Yeah, I don't know. I think actually there might still be a bullet or two left in here. But if, as you see, this they didn't go very far. The 45s went, and the 9mm, and at least one of the 9mm went about the same distance in, which really is not but about probably 5 or 6 inches. A 6 is probably a stretch. It's probably more like 5. But this is completely different than ballistics gel or anything like that. You know, I guess if somebody was shooting at you and you had a stack of magazines, you could duct tape them together and use it as body armor. It would work pretty good. But this is not a very scientific ballistics test, like I said to begin with. But it's just something fun to do and see how the bullets end up. Might do some water tests here in a minute. I got some jugs of water, and that'll be kind of fun too. We've got some more magazines too. We might do some without the denim, see if that makes any difference. Okay, I thought we were missing one. I found it, and I'm pretty sure, kind of based on doing this a time before, that this is a PDX 38. It's clogged with denim, did not open up, and it didn't get that far either as far as penetration. But like I said, they're not going to penetrate very far with this, just what we're shooting them through. But something to think about if you carry a snub nose revolver. Now, that's the thing. If it wasn't a snubby, if it was a 4-inch barreled revolver, you might have different results. I just don't think there's enough velocity for it to open up. and I don't have a longer barreled revolver to test it in right now, but maybe one day I will. I'll try to test that with a longer one, but it almost seems to me that maybe something like a semi-wad cutter, like a hard cast, or maybe even a soft cast or something, lead semi-wad cutter, probably, you know, maybe a heavier bullet too with a 38 would penetrate really well. I don't know if you're going to get most 38s in a snubby to open up, so maybe just don't even go with a hollow point. I don't know, that's up to you. Do your own test if you want to. Okay, this is the 45 gap Speer Gold Dot, 185 grain. 45 gap in here somewhere. I promise there was no bush light hurt in the filming of this video. Here it is. Right. Well, there it is. Rather nice looking. Of course you saw it blow through the jug, and then I'm gonna say it went halfway through that. There was a lot of folded up cardboard and stuff in there. You can see the pretty little gold dot in the middle. I mean, that's pretty uniform, you know, looks great, I think. Did what it was supposed to do. As far as penetration goes, I don't know. You be the judge of that. I don't know. That's a 1 gallon like milk jug of water, and then, you know, 3 inches of folded up cardboard. So what that translates into ballistics gel, I have no idea. The Winchester PDX-1 9mm 124 grain plus P. Okay, that was the PDX 9mm, and it damn near came to the very end of the box there. Well, it fell through, but it must have come through, and probably it did. I think that was where it hit. You know, dented into this, so it's essentially, I'm sure there's different variables involved, maybe, I don't know, but it looked like it penetrated further than the 45 gap did. And there's the slug from the PDX 124 plus P. Looks pretty good. Like I said, it penetrated further than the 45 gap, so looks good. Mushroomed out well, held together, which it's a bonded bullet. It should have, but anyway, there it is. And there it is compared to the Gold Dot, if I can find it. There. That's the 45 gap Gold Dot on top, and the 9mm PDX-1 on the bottom. That's a 124 grain bullet for the 9 and a 85 grain for the 45, I think. So, but you see, put them side by side. Yeah, the 45 is bigger. It's not that much bigger though, the way it mushroomed out, but nonetheless it is. So there they are. This is the Winchester PDX-1 165 grain 40 Smith & Wesson. Okay, here it is. The 40 Smith & Wesson 165 grain PDX. Didn't go as far as the 9. You know, at least with the penetration through the cardboard, the 9 went all the way through the water and the cardboard, and kind of hit the plywood backstop and bounced back kind of right there between the box and the wood. 45 gap did about the same thing this did. As far as penetration, about the same. This one mushroomed out a lot weirder. Almost, you know, I don't know if you. Here's the 9 PDX, kind of what it looks like. And this one's a little not as uniform looking. Not sure why that would be. I'm sure somebody could tell me, but there's the 45 gap. So, you know, so far the 9s, the 9mm has really outperformed. And this is, like I said before, not very scientific, but The 9 really kind of outperformed as far as penetration goes. The rest, the 38 probably did the least. We didn't shoot it through the water, but wasn't that impressed with it. But the 9, 40, 45 gap, all did pretty well. I wouldn't feel undergunned. Well, I always feel undergunned with a pistol, but you know, I would carry either of these calibers just fine. Wouldn't bother me. I wouldn't feel like I was, you know, carrying around a mouse gun or something. That's, you know, like I said, here's some more of these. But I don't know what the deal was with the 40 Smith & Wesson here. It just, these completely flattened out when we shot them through the magazines. The 45 gap held together pretty good. Some of the 9s, you know, they held together okay too. Actually, the 9s did hold together really well. Some of the PDXs kind of flattened out like the 40s did, but some of them were okay. So.